There's nothing quite like a Saturday evening at Blue Devil Gymnasium when the Blue Devils are flying high as they enter with a 19-1 record, taking on nationally ranked Bishop O'Connell in what should be a fun matchup in Game 8 of 9 on the Saturday session of the 2025 Quincy Shootout. Alongside my friends Damon Emmerich and Brian Shoemaker, I'm Charlie Hull. You have entered the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports, where we're proud to bring you coverage of all of the contests on this Friday-Saturday slate from the Quincy Shootout. The Blue Devils looking to stay undefeated here at home on the season. Their toughest task of the year in Bishop O'Connell across the way. We'll talk about the matchup on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Don't let injuries put you on the sideline. Quincy Medical Group's free sports injury clinic is your path to swift recovery. Our expert orthopedics and sports medicine team specializes in treating sports-related injuries with free evaluations from 7 to 9 a.m. every Monday through Friday. We also offer free sports concussion screenings weekdays in Quincy. No appointments are necessary. Get your game back on with QMG's free sports injury clinic. Visit quincy.medgroup.com/sports injury.
Meet water's bubblier and more energetic best friend, Bubbler.
Say cheese.
With antioxidants, natural caffeine, and 0 grams of sugar, Bubbler has benefits in each bubble.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show for basketball from the mecca of basketball here in Quincy, Illinois, as Blue Devil Gymnasium is filled to the rafters here tonight. It's not quite a sellout, Damon, but it's a big crowd here inside Baldwin Intermediate School.
Yeah, it's a big crowd. Still a little bit of seats left, but not many, and all of them here in the upper deck, and these fans are going to be treated to an experience. Obviously, a lot of local folks here that are familiar with Quincy Blue Devil basketball and all that goes into the pregame and everything, Charlie, but for those who are here for the first time, you're going to see a lot of cell phones out recording the experience that is the Blue Devil.
There's nothing quite like the pregame pageantry that's put on display here, and the opponent in Bishop O'Connell will be treated to that for the first time in this today. They won yesterday, Damon, but it wasn't easy. A double overtime victory over Booker T. Washington. Of course, Booker T. Washington was dispatched by Vashon, who ironically is the only team to beat the Blue Devils this season in a close game at the Highland Shootout at the beginning of this month.
Yeah, we saw Vashon had a big victory earlier today against Booker T. Washington. Just barely beat the Blue Devils earlier this year. Vashon had a tough matchup last night against Millard North, but we anticipate another good basketball game here, Charlie. There's going to be some high-level prospects involved in this one, and they're really going to look to get up and down the court as we go.
This is game 7 of 8 of the Saturday here on the Quincy Shootout. We started at 9 o'clock this morning. Do you remember who played in that game? No, because you were still in bed when that game started.
I was here for halftime.
But it was Father Tolton of Modesto Christian that started off the day. It's been fun throughout the day, and we're looking forward to this and our nightcap contest as well. Let's step aside on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show to hear from some of the sponsors helping to make this game possible for you this evening on Central Illinois Sports.
My name's Matt Keplinger. A lot of people call me Keppy. I've been a trainer now for 17 years. When we get the new hires come through the door, I try to treat them like family. This individual right here sent me this today. There's not too many men I admire I can't do it. There's not too many men I admire or that has made an impact in my life, but you've made that list. This is one of the reasons that I love my job, getting messages like this. When my life needed purpose, I chose Dot.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey! You like Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream? It's a pepper thing!
I'm Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner at Ridgeline Sales Group, LLC. Are you interested in buying or selling real estate? With over 100 years of combined managing broker experience, Ridgeline Sales Group has assembled a team that can help you with any of your real estate needs. From first-time home buyers to seasoned farm investors, we represent buyers and sellers all across West Central Illinois, helping to make their real estate dreams come to life. Give us a call today at 217-285-5800 or jump on our website at ridgelinesalesgroup.com.
The band playing here inside a Blue Devil Gymnasium, sounding great as always. And just a lot goes into a Blue Devil home basketball game. It's basketball first of all, but you've got the cheerleaders, you've got the dance team, you've got the band, you've got the Blue Devil, you've got the fans packed to the rafters. And it's a fun time, and you see a lot of the teams that have already played today sticking around to watch at least the very first part of this game, because it's an experience that's just different if you've never seen it before.
It really is, and I'll tell you what, these fans that have been here all day have been treated to some great basketball. If you haven't been here to watch any of the Quincy Shootout, make sure you make plans to be here next year for the 8th annual Quincy Shootout. Of course, we enjoy having you here watching us online. If you haven't already done so, click subscribe here on the Central Illinois Sports YouTube page. But just an atmosphere that until you've actually been here, Charlie, and witnessed what it is, it's hard to really put to words what it means for the town of Quincy and their love for Blue Devil basketball.
Well, and I think it's one of those things, it's a drawing card for these teams to come play here in this Quincy Shootout. Eric Stratman sells the atmosphere, and then the fans show up and deliver.
Yeah, he really does, and I tell you what, you just don't think it could get better. And then the next year he brings an even higher caliber of players, and you have players and teams that are requesting to be here because they know how these guys are treated and just what an environment it is. And now you're starting to see the showcase. You know the scouts are here. We obviously saw Brad Underwood here tonight. You've got coaches that want to be here, and that's what players want to play in front of. They obviously want to play in front of a large crowd, people that love the game of basketball, but they want to be somewhere where they are going to be noticed, they're going to be appreciated, and hopefully, if they haven't already, where they're going to get some college offers.
It's a tough matchup for Quincy High School. They're challenging themselves for the second straight year. Bishop O'Connell featuring Darius Bibbins, a 6-foot junior. Offers from Iowa, BYU, Arizona State, Georgetown, and Stanford, just to name a few. And he's a guy size-wise Quincy matches up with, but they'll have to be able to keep up with his quickness as well.
Yeah, we're going to see a very difficult matchup here. Now, obviously, that Vashon matchup that Quincy High had earlier this season was a good preparation. We saw earlier when Vashon won their contest against Booker T. Washington just how quick they are, how much they like to get out in transition. They want to pressure hard. So a good experience for Quincy High. As you mentioned, actually the third year in a row Quincy High challenging themselves on the Saturday night contest. 2 years ago we saw they lost a close game to Staley. Last year they defeated nationally ranked Ematep Charter, and then tonight they're going to be taking on the Knights of Bishop O'Connell in a big one here, game 8 of 9 at the 2025 Quincy Shootout.
Game 9 will be Chaminade and Brewster Academy. It's scheduled to kick off at 9 o'clock, and I bet you we don't meet that mark, but that's okay. We like to see good basketball anyway, and we're looking forward to it here tonight. Let's step aside on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show as we count down to tip-off at Blue Devil Gymnasium.
Game Masters Outdoors in Quincy is your ultimate destination for game cameras and hunting gear. Discover top-notch game cameras to elevate your outdoor experience. From firearms and ammunition to optics and outdoor equipment, we've got you covered. Enjoy free shipping on most orders. Browse our vast selection of high-quality gear and find everything you need for your next adventure. Visit GameMastersOutdoors.com today.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Hi, my name's Sierra Burns here with Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, your low overhead dealership. We have new and used Lincoln Corsairs, Nautiluses, and even the Navigator. Come on out and see our new Lincolns for your next luxury vehicle.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pre-game show. Locations in Hannibal, Berry, Liberty, and Pittsfield. Great Rivers Bank here to serve the entire region, and always with you online at greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Well, the Blue Devil fans have shown up in droves tonight to watch their home squad take on Bishop O'Connell. Bishop O'Connell trying to ruin the party. Blue Devils trying to get their 20th victory of the season. It should be a lot of fun, and we're glad you're with us here on Central Illinois Sports. We'll step aside for our final timeout of the pregame show. When we come back, it'll be starting lineups for Bishop O'Connell, the Blue Devil, and the Farm and Home Supply starting lineups for Quincy High School. Stay with us on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account, plus ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Don't let injuries put you on the sideline. Quincy Medical Group's free sports injury clinic is your path to swift recovery. Our expert orthopedics and sports medicine team specializes in treating sports-related injuries with free evaluations from 7 to 9 a.m. every Monday through Friday. We also offer free sports concussion screenings weekdays in Quincy. No appointments are necessary. Get your game back on with QMG's free sports injury clinic. Visit quincy.medgroup.com/sports injury.
Before I started at DOT, it was like a real low point in my life. I just lost my house, and I just wanted something to get myself back on my feet. I met a driver named John, and he was like, man, come to DOT. They'll pay for your school. They'll pay for your CDLs. I applied, and ever since then, I've been very grateful. Since I've been here, I've had the opportunity to save money to buy me a home within the next couple months. It's definitely been great. When my life needed direction, I took the wheel.
Welcome back to Blue Devil Gymnasium. The lights are down as starting lineups coming up here. First of all, for the Bishop O'Connell Knights, and Damon Emmerich has your starting lineups and your play-by-play.
The Bishop O'Connell Knights will start at one guard, a 6'2 junior Darius Bivens. At a forward, a 6'3 sophomore Mikkel Miner. At another forward, 6'5 senior Aiden Kalker. At the center position, he is a 6'10 senior Liam Kelsch, and at a guard, a 6'5 senior Shane Lincoln. Bivens, Miner, Kalker, Kelsch, and Lincoln for the Knights. For the Blue Devils, they'll start at one guard, a 5'10 senior Cameron Wires. At another guard position, a 6'4 senior Bradley Loncourt. At a forward, a 6'3 senior Dom Clay, and at another forward position, he's a 6'5 senior Mark Luthen. In the middle for the Blue Devils, 6'6 senior Keyshawn Thomas. Wires, Loncourt, Clay, Luthen, and Thomas, the five to start for the Blue Devils, looking for win number 20 on the evening.
Good matchup here. Both teams are ready to roll just about as they finish up the in-gym intros of the squad from Bishop O'Connell, first of all. And we're about to see the Blue Devil here on this Saturday night matchup. Video board, hey, it's working now, Brian, as they get this hype video in. I don't know who shot this for the Blue Devils, but it's a job well done.
Pretty impressive stuff here. This pregame ceremony is really something to enjoy if you've never been here before. And we'll step aside here in just a minute as they get ready. A little bit of introduction of each of the players here, as this is a jam-packed house here tonight at Blue Devil Gym.
Yeah, it's just really one of those places it's fun to be at, all the history and the nostalgia, but when it's packed around here like it is tonight, it kind of makes you get chills
and
as
just
the game will be played.
Look at the cameras that are out right now in anticipation of recording the introduction here.
Hey, by the way, and being the Quincy Blue Devil is a big deal. You try out for that, and then it's quite the commitment that you make. You get to jazz up the pregame routine as much as you want.
Here we go, fellas.
And here comes the Blue Devils. Big roar of the crowd. Big student section on hand for the Blue Devils. They'll sit right behind the bench and cheer on their Devils. You'll lose a little bit of that corner on your screen, and we apologize for that. But again, we'll never apologize for students showing up and supporting their classmates. Quincy High School and Bishop O'Connell. Game 7 of 8 on the Saturday night slate here at the 2025 Quincy Shootout. I want to take a moment again to recognize the work that Eric Stratman and a lot of volunteers do to put on this high-quality event. Eric does a lot of work throughout the year. I'm sure he's already started on the 2026 Shootout to get ready for the teams that'll be coming in here a year from now. And it's a job that is thankless and never stops. And when it works as well as it has this year, you have to be pretty proud if you are Mr. Stratman and company.
You know, Charlie and Brian, we've talked about it before. This is a class, this senior class for Quincy High, that the expectations have been high for a long time for them. They just missed a postseason run last year as they had lost a heartbreaker in the sectional championship. A team that came in high expectations, and Coach Andy Douglas and his squad, they have not run from them. They've embraced those expectations, and they're going out and they're seeking competition because they know this is what they're going to experience if they want to be successful in postseason. They've had a few big challenges here this year, lost one of them to Vashon, and they've got a big one here in front of them with this Bishop O'Connell squad.
Just about ready for action. Bishop O'Connell actually wearing the white uniforms with the dark blue numbers and trim, while the Blue Devils are in their alternate black uniforms with the white numbers and blue trim this afternoon. Damon Emmerich has the call for you here on Central Illinois Sports.
Liam Kelsch will be the one to jump for Bishop O'Connell. Kelsch is listed as a 6'10 senior. He is going to go up against Mark Luthen. 5 senior start for this Blue Devil squad. Game 8 of 9 here at the 2025 Quincy Shootout is underway. Sit back and enjoy, folks. This ought to be a good one. Bishop O'Connell controls the tip. It's Bivens. Bivens will be guarded by Wires, and his first pass nearly stolen away, tracked down by Lincoln. He gets it to Bivens. Bivens will look to reset the offense. They did go ahead and reset the shot clock right there. As Bivens uses the screen, he'll pull up right outside the free throw line. First shot for him is up and no good, off the mark. Wires quickly pushes it into the front court. He looks to get up into an offense, still has it. He'll dish it left wing. Clay, three-pointer up and off the iron. No good. Keyshawn Thomas, offensive board, put back down low. Blue Devils with the early 2-0 lead, and the all-time leading rebounder in Blue Devil history adds to his mark right there as Keyshawn Thomas has the first 2 points. On the other end with it for the Knights, we're going to have a foul as Clay is going to be whistled for the foul for the Blue Devils.
It'll be Dom Clay's first, team first of the contest with 7:15 here, and right off the bat, Blue Devils trying to flex their muscle a little bit on the defensive side.
Calker inbound, and he's going to get it to Bivens. Bivens out at the Devil, looks to set up an offense for his Knight squad. He'll go left wing with it. That's Minor. Top of the key, that's Holker. Kelch, right wing to Lincoln. He's being guarded by Longcore. The Blue Devils start in a man-to-man tonight. Longcore all over him. He'll dish it to Minor. He'll pull out outside the free throw line. Shot for him. Tough two, no good. Offensive rebound, that's Kelch. He'll kick it out to Lincoln. He'll put it on the floor. Now kicks it left wing three-pointer up. No good, and the board is going to go out of bounds. Last touched by the Knights.
Mikel Minor, Damon, a guy that knocked down a lot of shots last night. This Bishop O'Connell team is a very lethal threat outside.
Had good ball movement right there, very quick, and it's going to be important for the Blue Devils to limit those second chance opportunities. Luthen has it, finds Wires down low. He puts it on the floor, gets it to Thomas. Now he's going to look to work. Spin middle, his shot is going to be deflected. Luthen almost had it, and then could have been a foul on Luthen, but instead Clay will track it down. He picks up his dribble, gets it to Longcore. He's going to attack the bucket. He's going to be fouled on the floor. It'll be the first foul against the Knights.
It's going to go against Shane Lincoln. It'll be his first, team first, with 6:15 left to go here in the opening period.
Clay's going to inbound. He'll get it to Longcore. Longcore set the all-time record last night for Quincy High for made threes in a career. He had 5 threes in the first quarter. His third is what broke the record. And nice find down there from Thomas. He gets Longcore down low, fights through the contact. Longcore's got his first 2. And the Blue Devils out to the early 4-0 lead. as Bivens will bring it across the time stripe. He looks to use the screen from Calker. Bivens still has it, being closely guarded by Wires. Wires will make things uncomfortable for Bivens this evening. Lincoln has it, going to use the screen. That's from Kelsch. Now left wing pass is going to be deflected. Clay with the steal. He looks to take it to the rim. He was going to try to go up and get this crowd really into it, but the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds off of Lincoln. Longcore will look to inbound. He's going to get it in left wing. That's to Wires. Top of the key, Luthen will hand it off to Clay. He puts it on the floor, attacks the bucket. His shot is up and no good, but he draws the contact there against Lincoln, and that's going to be the second foul already against Lincoln.
For Lincoln, it'll be his second. Unfortunately for him, he's a talented player. As we've got a little extracurriculars being shared between Lincoln and Keyshawn Thomas underneath. Thomas kind of landed awkwardly on him. Lincoln didn't really have anywhere to go underneath him. And now they're going to get them separated here, and Keyshawn Thomas may just kind of step away from things here for a split second.
Good job by the officials to just let that play out. Emotions are running high in this big contest, and Keyshawn Thomas knows that he can't afford to pick up a foul right there via the technical, so he walks to the other end.
Dom Clay at the line, shooting the first free throws here of the evening for Quincy High. First one up out of the right hand is through the net and good.
And Thomas will walk back down and slap hands. And we'll see into the ballgame for the first time Justin Edwards, as Lincoln's going to have to go to the bench with those 2 fouls.
That's a big loss for Bishop O'Connell. He's a real versatile player, can score at all 3 levels, real high flyer as well.
Clay gets them both, 6-0 lead for the Blue Devils. And the Knights looking for their first points. Bivens will bring it across the time stripe. He'll get it left wing, that's to Kelsch. Dribble handoff, he'll get it to Minor. Minor out top, now that's to Edwards. Right wing, the 3 is up and no good. Rebound's going to go out of bounds as Aiden Calker couldn't get the 3 to go. So it'll be Blue Devils basketball.
Blue Devils really flying around on the defensive side, making it tough for Bishop O'Connell here in the early going. Nearly 3 minutes in, they lead 6-0.
And Andy Douglas really prides himself on his squad's ability to play defense. As we see Wires kicks it left wing. Luthen brings it back out. Wires will look to reset the offense. Uses a screen from Thomas. Wires still has it. He's going to go up and under. Nice job right there by Wires to use his body. Shields it. The basket, uses the basket to shield his body. It's a 2 from Wires. It's an 8-0 Blue Devils lead. And Bivens kicks it left wing. That's Minor. Minor's going to attack the bucket, and they're going to say he was blocked out of bounds. Foul on Thomas there. That'll be his first.
Foul will go against Thomas, as Damon just told you, his first. Second of the quarter here against the Blue Devils.
Calker will be the man to throw it inbounds for the Knights. He does. He gets it to Bivens. Bivens puts it on the floor and gets it out top. Now that's to Edwards. Edwards being closely guarded by Longcore. Picks up his dribble. Got away with shuffle into the foot. And the Knights are on the board with their first 2 points. It's 8-2. 4:15 to play here. First quarter action. Wires quickly into the front court for the Blue Devils. Uses the screen from Thomas. Now Thomas thought about the 3. Doesn't. Dishes it off to Longcore. Longcore's got the dribble. He'll go out top. That's to Clay. Clay being closely guarded by Minor. Now Wires is going to reset the offense for the Blue Devils. 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. He'll get it to Thomas. Thomas puts it on the floor. Gets up in the air, kicks it left wing. Luthen 3 is up and no good. Rebound into the hands of Minor. He'll bring it across the front court and almost loses the dribble. Gets it to Calker. Right wing with it now is Edwards. He'll bring it back out top as Bivens will reset the offense for the Knights. Uses the screen there from Kelsch. And now driving baseline up and under. Shot is up, in and out. No good for Minor. Rebound's going to be fought for, and now it will go out of bounds off of Thomas.
You talk about the size of Keyshawn Thomas. Last night for Bishop O'Connell, Kelsch looked like the biggest man on the floor. Keyshawn Thomas just a little bit bigger in size.
Bivens takes the 3 from the corner. It's no good. And then Luthen is going to foul Calker on the rebound, as offensive rebounds continue to be an area in which the Knights have had some success here in the first 4.5 minutes of the contest.
Luthen's first foul, team 3rd.
Edwards has it. He's at the free throw line being guarded by Longcore. He'll dish it off to Bivens. Uses the screen from Edwards. Nice job by Wires to recover. Bivens puts up the shot. in the middle of the lane. It is up and good, and then count the bucket, but we're going to have a foul by Edwards. They're going to say no, check that. They're going to call that on Kelsch. So that will be the first foul against Kelsch.
Team third, Damon.
Team foul number 3. 8-0 run to start the contest for the Blue Devils. Quick 4-0 run for the Knights. And Wires looks to set up an offense for his squad. He uses a screen from Thomas, kicks it left wing. 3 from Thomas is no good. Rebound comes into the hands of Clay. Offensive rebound for the Blue Devils. Long court, top of the key. He'll get it to Wires. Now down low, he goes to Thomas. Thomas puts it on the floor. He spins middle, and they're going to call him for the shuffle of the feet. That'll be a turnover against the Blue Devils. That's their first.
Keyshawn Thomas tried to bully his way in. Kelsch is a big body as well with a lot of long arms. He might alter that shot of Keyshawn Thomas just a little bit tonight as this game goes on.
Well, we know one thing about Keyshawn Thomas. He doesn't care if your height, if you're 6 inches shorter than him or 6 inches taller than him. He's going to go right at you. He's had no fear since he was a freshman, and he's putting that on display tonight. As Bivens posts up down low, he's got to turn around. His shot is up and good. He's got 4. And an 8-0 lead for Quincy High has now been reduced to a 2-point lead as it's 8-6.
Good recognition by Bivens there as he's had the smaller man in Wires as now PL3 gets to the window and scores.
And he talks a little talk afterwards at Culker as Bivens takes it back. He'll spin middle, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2 as Bivens shows you why he's getting high major looks.
It's going to be a foul on Cameron Wires, his first, team 4th, as Bivens will make his way to the line. A dynamic player, good distributor of the basketball, and he can also take it to the holes you just saw right there. 2:06 left to go here in our opening frame as Bishop O'Connell trails by 4. In and out of the rim, no good.
He'll have 1 shot remaining. 10-6 here, first quarter action, 2:06 to play. On the Ridgeline Sales Group scoreboard, Quincy High on top of Bishop O'Connell in a highly touted matchup here.
Second one's up through the rim, give him 5.
Wires will bring it across the half-court line. 2 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. He'll get it to Longcore. He'll dish it back to Wires. Out top with it is Thomas. He'll go left wing to Clay. Top of the key, Longcore 3, shot up and off the right iron, no good. Bivens with his board, his first, and Bivens will move it quickly into the front court. Nice step back there. Thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Left wing now, Minor will take it, and that 3 is up and good. We're knotted up at 10 on Minor's first 3 points.
Bivens could have taken that shot, gave up a good look, maybe for a great look from his teammate in the corner.
And as Brian told you, Minor knocked down shots all night last night at QND. He does one right there as Thomas will go left wing. Luthen gets away with the shuffle of the feet, gets it to Longcore. He's going to attack the bucket. He'll be fouled on the drive, but he's going to go, will that be the 5th foul? That'll be the 5th foul here of the quarter. So Longcore will go to the line to shoot 2.
Just 4, guys, I'm sorry.
4 fouls. The next one will be the 5th here in the quarter.
They called that one on Calker. It'll be his first, team 4.
Longcore gets the inbound. He puts it on the floor, gets it right wing. Wires 3 up and good. Wires another 3. He's got 5, and Cameron Wires might be the shortest guy out on the floor most nights, but he's going to come right at you, and he is the leader on this team with his energy and his fearlessness, and what a fun kid to watch play. Right wing with it now for the Knights. That was Minor. He gets it out top to Edwards. Edwards puts it on the floor, attacks the bucket, spins the middle. He gets away with the shuffle of the feet. Doesn't matter as Thomas gets the board. His 3rd. He'll get it off the long court, and there'll be about a 5-second difference. Shot clock to game clock here in the first quarter as the Blue Devils have the basketball, leading 13-10. And Longcore with it, being guarded by Edwards. Just a smooth operator here is Bradley Longcore III. Has just gotten better and better every year, and this year he's really added a lot of strength, playing above the rim more as Wires gets it left wing. He'll get it to Clay. His 3 is up and good. Quincy High's got the 6-point lead. 5 seconds to go, first quarter here. Bivens into the front court, picked up by Wires. Step back 3 as the buzzer expires. It is no good, and that's how we will end quarter number 1. After 1, Quincy High 16, Bishop O'Connell 10. Back with second quarter play-by-play in a minute.
From competitive youth sports to high school and college athletes to fitness enthusiasts, sports injuries can easily put you on the sidelines. Our orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians are here to diagnose and treat your sports injuries should they arise. Every step of your journey matters to us, and when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, we've got you covered from head to toe.
No. About sick of winter, are you? That's the bad news. I don't think the winter's going to end anytime soon. The good news is we have a winter sale, so anything you might be looking for winter is on sale right now at your local From Home Supply, including 30% off all Burn outerwear and Noble Outfitters outerwear. And the Bird's Always Hungry, you got a 40-pound bag of black oil sunflower seed for $16.99, or buy more, save more with our suet cakes, 5 for under $5. Keep your handsies and toesies warm. We got 25% off all of our casual shoes or Kinko winter gloves.
Find all these deals and more right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
After one quarter of play, Quincy shooting 6 of 13 from the floor, 46%, 2 of 6 from long range for 33, and 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. On the opposite side for the Knights of Bishop O'Connell, 4 of 14 for 28%, 1 of 5 from long range for 20%, and 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Blue Devils will have the ball to begin our second quarter.
And into the game for the first time for the Blue Devils, Jarius Rice Jr. He'll hand it off to Wires between the legs dribble, and he loses the basketball to be a turnover against the Blue Devils as Edwards comes away with the ball for the Knights. He gets it to Minor into the front court. Wires almost had the steal, couldn't get it. Rice will be guarding Bivens. He's going to use the screen from Kelsch. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Edwards, top of the key. Now left wing with it, that's Kalker. Kalker looks to go down low to Kelsch, being guarded by Thomas. Spin left, baseline shot up and good. Kelsch has his first two. And he'll pick up what he had around his knee and throw it to the bench.
It's called a wardrobe malfunction, Damon. Made popular back in the old Super Bowl halftime show.
No images need to be blurred at this time. Do not have to divert your eyes as it's 16-12 Quincy on top of Bishop O'Connell. Jarius Rice with it. He'll get it to Clay. As Luthen's getting a break here to start the second quarter. Wraparound pass from Rice. As Thomas couldn't control it, it'll be out of bounds. Turnover against the Blue Devils. That's their third. And they're going to
wipe up a little sweat here, Damon.
Yeah.
Checking in for Quincy High back into the contest here. It's going to be Milton Whitefield, number 21, the 6'2 junior forward.
We saw him get quite a few minutes in the contest last night. And we'll see Jarius Rice Jr. guarding Bivens. He'll go right wing. That's Edwards. Left wing with it now is Minor. Back out top, Bivens. Right wing, three-ball up. Edwards' shot is up and good. Rebound is skied high for, and it's going to be knocked around. Thomas uses his face to get it to Longcore. He'll pull up for the three. Shot is off the mark, no good. Minor with the rebound. He'll get it to Bivens quickly into the front court, and he'll take it left wing. Being guarded by Longcore, top of the key. Minor three ball is in and out, no good. Kelsch had the rebound and then it's stolen away. Thomas comes away with the steal. It'll be a turnover against the Knights, and then Aiden Kalker will be whistled for the foul. I believe that's his second.
That'll be his second, team first of the quarter. Keyshawn Thomas will get a seat for Quincy High, as checking in will be Rico Clay Jr. And checking in for Bishop O'Connell for the first time tonight, Matt Dalton, the 6'6 senior forward. He is a really nice swing forward for this team.
Wouldn't imagine Thomas will be out too long, as Kelsch is still out on the floor for the Knights. With it right now is Milton Whitfield. He uses the screen. He'll dish it to Rice. Loses the handle, tracks it back down. Left wing with it now is Longcore. Clay will set up an offense for his squad. He'll use a screen from Clay Jr. Then he loses the basketball. Turnover against the Blue Devils, their fourth, and then a turnover against the Knights, and that'll be their third, as we had a steal and then a travel.
Well, these guards from Bishop O'Connell are good enough to really kind of make Quincy High just think about things for maybe a half second more than they'd like to. This is a nice basketball team, and they're not going to go away quietly this evening.
And you knew their plan coming in. They were going to try to body up the Quincy High guards and make them work to get positioning, as Longcore does a good job to hold his pivot foot. He'll find Clay out top with it. Clay being closely guarded by Edwards. Now he'll pull it back, get it to Clay Jr., holds it high above his head, Looks for the backdoor cutter, can't find it. He'll get it to Clay. Step back three shot is up and good. Clay's got 8. It's a 7-point lead for the Blue Devils, 19-12 with 5:30 to play here in quarter number 2.
Quincy High shooting 3 of 8 from behind the arc so far in the contest. Bishop O'Connell 1 for 7.
Dalton, the man who just checked in, he'll get it to Bivens. Now Bivens wants Dalton to set a screen. Instead, he'll go top of the key. He'll hand off to Minor. Minor can shoot from out there. Gets away with a near drag of the pivot foot. Edwards is going to throw it down low. Kelsch's shot is up and good. Nice feed down low to the big man. Kelsch has got 4. And the Blue Devils will have the basketball, leading 19-14 here. Quick-paced game thus far. Quincy High has led the entirety of the contest. Longcore has it, left wing. He's going to use the screen from Clay Jr. Now he'll get it to Rice. Rice back out top to Longcore behind the back dribble, being guarded by Minor. He puts it on the floor. Spin move middle, shot is up, leaves it just short. Rebound fought for, controlled by Clay Jr. His shot was no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Kelsch, and now they'll get it off to Bivens, who will bring it across the time stripe with 4:20 to play here in the first half. Edwards uses a screen, puts it on the floor. Might have gotten away with an extra step. No call there. He's got 4. And a quick 4-0 run for the Knights has this back to a single possession game. And into the front court with it, that's Rice. He'll get it off to Clay. He uses the screen. Thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Whitfield will bring it back out top. He'll hand it off to Jarius Rice Jr., and he'll look to set up an offense now at the 15-second mark of the shot clock. Whitfield, top of the key, that's Longcore. Longcore has it, being closely guarded by Minor, and then they're going to call a foul on Minor.
It'll be Minor's first, team second of the contest, as checking in for Bishop O'Connell is Wyatt Norton, the 6'6 senior. Substitutions on the other side for Quincy High as well.
Wires back in. Jarius Rice Jr. will take a seat.
This lineup gets just a little bit taller, a little bit longer for Bishop O'Connell now when you're able to get Dalton out there on the floor along with Norton. These guys have some long wingspans.
Longcore with the catch at the half-court stripe. Now with it is Clay. He has it left wing in front of the Knights bench. He'll get it to Longcore. Longcore gets fouled as Minor was holding the jersey. Foul starting to mount up here for the Knights, as that's now the second foul against Minor. We'll see Shane Lincoln check back into the contest. Lincoln went to the bench early with those 2 fouls. Keyshawn Thomas back in for the Blue Devils as Rico Clay Jr. will take a seat.
This lineup gets about as tall as it can for Bishop O'Connell right now, as it's going to be tossed way into the back to Lincoln. He'll go up, puts it in, and Lincoln's going to get it, count the bucket, and he'll go to the line for the and one try.
Lincoln comes in and makes his mark right away as the inbounds pass was thrown long. Lincoln tracked it down, and then he drew the foul from Whitfield.
For Whitefield, it'll be his first, team first of the quarter. Lincoln steps to the free throw line. It was a hard scrabble game last night for this Bishop O'Connell team against Booker T. Washington, a double overtime affair, 190-85. Lincoln was a big part of that, and he'll get the 3-point play.
Knotted up at 19. Wires gets the inbounds pass. He brings it quickly into the front court. He kicks it to Clay. Clay thought about the 3, but he shuffled his feet. That's a turnover against the Blue Devils, their 5th. Luthen back into the contest, and the Knights have the chance to take their first lead of the ball game. Bishop O'Connell has really picked it up on the defensive end here, and it's giving the Blue Devils some fits as turnovers are starting to mount a little bit. As the Knights have the basketball, looking to take their first lead of the ball game. Lincoln picks up his dribble, gets it right wing. Bivens thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Wires gets right back in front of him. Top of the key, Lincoln. He'll look to Kelsch. Kelsch is going to look to do work against Thomas. He picks up his dribble, and he'll find Bivens. Bivens uses the screen from Kelsch. Near double team up top. Nice find down low. That's to Kelsch. He'll put it up and in. We've got lead change number 1 as Kelsch has 6.
Kelsch has got 6. He caught Clay there just a little bit on the backdoor cut. Easy play for Kelsch on the finish.
Now Wires and Thomas needed to get back out tighter on Bivens if they were going to try to double out there, as it gave him enough room to find the big man down low, and he did not miss on the pass. And now the Blue Devils have to play from behind And we'll have a foul on the play. It's going to be whistled against the Knights.
Foul is going to go against Bivens. It'll be his first, team fourth here in the quarter with 2:24 remaining in our first half.
Clay will look to inbound. He's going to get it down low. Longcore wide open. Layup can't be any more wide open than that. Longcore's got 6. We're knotted up for the second time in this one. We were tied at 19 and now tied at 21. And we'll see what the Knights do as Bivens and Kelsch like to do that two-man game up top. Kelsch is going to step back, grab the basketball. He'll pick up his dribble and dish it off to Lincoln. Lincoln's got the attacks middle. His shot is up and good. Nice move right there by Lincoln as he's got 5. And it's the lead back to Bishop O'Connell. No lead change. Wires has it right wing. He'll get it off to Luthen. Top of the key with it. Wires. He uses the screen. Attacks the bucket. Shot for him is up and no good. Offensive board. Nope. It's going to be rebound to Bivens. He gets it out to Lincoln. And it's a 4-point lead for Bishop O'Connell as Lincoln leaked out right there. And Bivens found him. And right now, the Blue Devils need to get things going. Longcore's going to pull up for a 3, and when they need a bucket, BL3 is the guy for that. As it's now a 25-24 game, and the career record holder just keeps adding to his totals. 25-24, a minute to play here in the first half. Bishop O'Connell with the basketball and the lead. And this one has been as advertised in the first half of play. Lincoln has it. He spins middle. He loses the basketball. Turnover against the Knights. That's their 4th.
Checking back in for Bishop O'Connell. Justin Edwards makes his way back onto the court. Matt Dalton will get a breather for the Knights with 49.6. About a 14-second differential. Game clock, shot clock.
Longcore brings it across. He'll hand it off to Thomas. Thomas one dribble, picks it up, gets it to Wires. Wires quick dribble. He'll use the screen from Clay. Still has the dribble going. Now left wing with it. That's Luthen. He'll get it back out top. And now Longcore has it with 15. Being guarded closely by Lincoln. Lincoln does have those 2 fouls, so we'll see if Longcore tries to be aggressive here. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Blue Devils need to do something. Longcore still has it. He'll dish it down low to Thomas. His shot is no good. Rebound fought for, and it's going to be into the hands of Lincoln. The referees let there be some contact right there. And now the Knights have the basketball with 5 seconds to play. Get it. That's up top to Edwards. He'll get it to Bivens. Bivens step back 3. Shot is up and count it. And that is how the first half will end as the Knights tie their largest lead of the ball game at 4, 28-24, and that's how we will go into the half. Bishop O'Connell with the lead over Quincy High. That takes us to the Little Jess Motors halftime show. We're live with Matt Schuckman after these.
Your friends at Little Jess Motor Company are proud to sponsor today's halftime show. Hi, this is Scott Davis from Little Jess, and I've got some exciting news for you. Jeep just announced an unheard of 20% off our entire selection of new 24 Jeep Gladiator, Mojaves, and Rubicons. With 20% off, you can save over $12,000 on each of these adventurous models during the Start Something New sales event. The snow is coming, and what better reason to get the best four-wheel drive on the market and to save 20% in the process. Hurry in or log on to littlejess.com today because 20% won't last long. Little Jess served the Tri-States for 7 decades.
Darius Bivens hits the three to end the first half as Bishop O'Connell takes the 28-24 lead into the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Live now is Charlie Hall with Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuck.
Matt Shuckman, you're a Blue Devil at heart. How fun is it to see Blue Devil Gymnasium on nights like this?
It's a lot of fun. It takes me back to growing up in this gym. You know, we're sitting here on the north end of the gym, and not very far from where I first sat when I was 5 years old, when my mom and dad started bringing me to games. So this is pretty packed tonight, and atmosphere is fantastic.
Blue Devils get off to a great lead 8-0 early. You knew Bishop O'Connell wasn't just going to lay down and go away. There's a reason they're a team that's highly thought of as they are, and they really put on a good show. But, man, we've got a great game here at halftime.
We really do, and it's going to be, okay, whose will is going to be stronger in the second half? Quincy struggled with some turnovers there in the first half. Bishop O'Connell, 11-5 edge and points off turnovers in the first half. Can Quincy clean that up a little bit? Bishop O'Connell didn't shoot it great in the first half because of Quincy's defense. Can Quincy continue to force that to happen? You know, whose will is going to be stronger?
Both teams have a guy that when they need a basket, and we've seen it already in this first half, they can go to them. Longcore the third for Quincy, Bivens for Bishop O'Connell. Both of those guys, I think, very similar players in their style of game.
Really, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. They're both patient with the basketball. They pick their spots. They're both able to attack off the dribble. They can knock down the perimeter jumper. But the thing is, they're both under control. And if you watch it, there's nothing forced. Okay, I'm going to dribble. Okay, it's not there. Let's recycle. Okay, oh, there it is. I'm taking it. You know, I love the way they both think the game through.
While Andy Douglas is talking to his team about winning this game in the second half, the challenge by playing this game is not so much about the result today as it is the result you're hoping to build to at the end of the year.
You're exactly right, because these are the games you're going to have to win in the postseason. These games where you have to make halftime adjustments, where you have to find out how tough you are. I mean, postseason basketball is all about toughness. This game is all about toughness. So if they can find a way to win tonight, they can find a way to win in the postseason.
Bishop O'Connell has the lead 28-24 at the halftime break. We're back with halftime stats of the Little Jess Motors halftime show on Central Illinois Sports.
At Farmers State Bank at Camp Point, we're proud to have been a part of our community for over a century, supporting families, athletes, and fans every step of the way. Just like your favorite Panthers team, we're dedicated to giving our best. With over 100 banks and ATMs throughout the area, we're here to help you on and off the field, no matter where the game takes you. So whether you're cheering in the stands, traveling to the next big game, or just supporting your community, trust Farmers State Bank of Camp Point to be with you all the way. Farmers State Bank of Camp Point, where tradition meets hometown pride.
Your Jeep, truck, and SUV are only as good as the tires and rims they run on. On or off-road, go full throttle.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Bishop O'Connell leads Quincy High 28-24 after 16 minutes of play. Here's Brian Shoemaker with a look at some of your first half stats.
Quincy led Bishop O'Connell 16-10 after the first period after an 18-8 run for BOC. It's a 28-24 halftime score here at the break for Quincy High. Shootings 9 of 19 from the floor in the first half, 47.4%. 4 from 9 from long range for 44%, and 2 of 2 from the charity stripe for 100%. Cameron Wires with 5 points in the first half. Bradley Longcore leading the way for Quincy High with 9. Dom Clay has chipped in 8, along with 2 from Keyshawn Thomas. Quincy High's largest lead was 8 midway through the first quarter. On the opposite side for Bishop O'Connell, Darius Bivens with 8, Mikkel Miner with 3, Liam Kelsch with 6, Shane Lincoln with 7, and Justin Edwards with 4. Bishop O'Connell largest lead was 4 late in the second period. We've had 3 ties, 1 lead change here in the first half, and a really fun contest. Foul troubles, not really much here for anybody. A couple of guys with a couple of fouls. Shane Lincoln has 2 for Bishop O'Connell, along with Mikkel Miner. As we reach here in the Little Jess Motors halftime show, we remind you about our good friends at Little Jess Motor, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, 3431 Main Street in Quincy, or visit them online anytime at littlejessjeep.com. They'll get you set up for your next vehicle anytime, and they'll make sure the car buying process is easy and safe for you. 3 minutes left in the halftime intermission. We'll step aside for a quick break. When we come back, second half action. It's Bishop O'Connell and Quincy High. No better place to watch it than right here on Central Illinois Sports.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey! You like Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream? It's a pepper thing.
Your Jeep, truck, and SUV are only as good as the tires and rims they run on. On or off-road, go full throttle.
Game Masters Outdoors in Quincy is your ultimate destination for game cameras and hunting gear. Discover top-notch game cameras to elevate your outdoor experience. From firearms and ammunition to optics and outdoor equipment, we've got you covered. Enjoy free shipping on most orders. Browse our vast selection of high-quality gear and find everything you need for your next adventure. Visit GameMastersOutdoors.com today.
Just about set for third quarter play-by-play. Bishop O'Connell leading 28-24. Brian, we heard Matt Shuckman talk about it at the halftime. But what do the Blue Devils need to do here as they've trailed by 4 coming into this third quarter?
Well, I think one thing you're going to have to do is really just kind of try to spread Bishop O'Connell out. There's a lot of presence in this postgame. You've got to get Keyshawn Thomas a little more involved, and I think you're going to have to pull some guys out as we are getting a quick 85th birthday to Dick Ventura, one of the mainstays here at Blue Devil Gym. 85 years young is Dick. He has been sitting at that scorer's table for a long time. How long, we don't know, but it's a long time.
50 years, I think is what he said.
Years.
50 plus. Or no, since 1957.
That would be 68 years, fellas.
That's more than 50. Thank you, Damon. He's the banker. That's what he can count.
Inbound's going to come to Lincoln. They're going to look to get it to Kelch down low. They get it to him. He's going to have the ball deflected away, and they're going to say last touch by Longcore. I think if Longcore wouldn't have touched it right there, Kelch might have been the one that it went out of bounds off of. But we'll have Lincoln inbound. Bishop O'Connell gets it into Bivens. Out top with it. That is Minor. Minor one dribble, gets a left wing. Lincoln, we saw him come off the bench after he had 2 early fouls, picked up some nice points for the Knights, and he adds 2 more to the collection as he takes it baseline and give him 7. This 6-point lead is the largest of the ball game for the Knights.
Make it 9, Damon. I'm sorry, I can't draw numbers.
Well, he had 7 at the half, and he just added 2 is what we were trying to get to for his 9 points. Thomas goes with it. Left wing now, Luthen. His 3 goes in and out, no good. Lincoln with the rebound. That would have been a big 3 right there for Luthen, but instead Lincoln comes down with his first board.
Blue Devils got the look they wanted there, just couldn't get the shot to fall.
And right now Bivens patient with it. He'll get it to Kalker. His pass down low is stolen away by Thomas. He'll get it to Clay. Clay pulls up for what he thought about was an open look. Instead, he'll get it to Wires. Wires will attack the bucket. He's got 7 on the first 2 points of the half for the Blue Devils. And Cameron Wires is just everywhere for this Blue Devil squad. And a big bucket right there for the Devils as Lincoln has the basketball. Both teams have traded points. Bivens probably got away with a push-off right there. Instead, he's going to pull up and drill the 3 and give him 11. And it's out to a 7-point lead now for the Knights. A nice shot fake and then a up and under for Longcourt. Couldn't get it to go. Then Keyshawn Thomas is going to be whistled for a foul. That'll be his second.
Team first of the quarter here. Quincy High now with 5 turnovers in the contest. Bishop O'Connell with 5 as we are just underway here in the third.
Blue Devils stick with that man-to-man. We've yet to see their zone, which we know Andy Douglas has not been afraid to show during his coaching career. Bivens has it. He'll go down low with it. Now that's Kelsch. And Thomas might deserve an Oscar for that one because he went falling before Kelsch made contact, but it's a foul against Kelsch. That's his second. First foul of the quarter and also turnover number 6 against the Knights.
Minor, Calker, Kelsch, and Lincoln all with 2 fouls now here for Bishop O'Connell and plenty of game left.
And this is going to be a big foul regardless of who it's whistled against. It'll either be Calker or Lincoln. And
it's going to be on Kelsch. That'll be his third, team second, as stepping to the line will be Keyshawn Thomas for his first free throw attempts of the evening with 5:43 left to go here. David, Keyshawn Thomas, a kid getting some Division II looks. If you had to ask some people around Quincy High, they think maybe he is somewhat of a D1 prospect as well.
Yeah, and Charlie and I have talked about it, Brian, last night, that if Keyshawn Thomas were a couple of inches taller, he would be probably the premier recruit from this Quincy High team. But at 6'6", he's going to have a lot of success at the college level, and wherever he commits to, he's going to have one happy coach because he's shown during his 4 years of high school basketball that he can do it all. Can't get that second free throw to go. Lincoln comes down with the rebound. It's 33-27, Bishop O'Connell on top. With the basketball, Calker will dish it off to Lincoln. He's going to attack the bucket. Can't get it to go. Thomas with the rebound. He'll push it out to Wires. Wires goes up. Can't get it to go. Longcourt's there to clean it up. Offensive rebound and the putback. Longcourt's got 11. And quickly into the front court, Bishop O'Connell can't get it to go. That's Calker, but he'll go to the free throw line as he's fouled by Luthen.
Luthen will pick up the foul. That's going to be his second, team second against Quincy High. And stepping to the line for Bishop O'Connell will be Aiden Calker. No points on the night, no trips to the free throw line here yet for him in this contest. This was a kid last night that had do a lot of dirty work in the post as they were trying to get through what was a really tough Booker T. Washington defense. He'll step up to the free throw line. First one's up and good. 5:20 left to go here in the third as Joe Wooten barks out instructions. He's a man that has won nearly 550 games over 20 years at Bishop O'Connell in his career.
How many games did they say his dad had won?
I think just as many.
It was like a national record, I believe I heard.
We'll go with it.
We'll run with it. Second one up for Calker is around the rim. No good. Rebounded by Bradley Longcourt, the third.
If it wasn't a national record, it should have been. And Longcourt into the front court. He'll dish it off to Wires. Wires down low to Thomas. Thomas being guarded by Norton. He's going to look to attack. Thomas spins. Baseline shot is up and good. Thomas has another 2. He's got 5. And we've seen Keyshawn Thomas look to assert himself here in the third quarter.
One of those opportunities, Damon, where they got him open in a little bit of an isolation thing, and now we're going to pick up another foul here against Thomas. That's going to be his third.
That's a big foul right there. And a little bit of an anticipation call right there as Thomas will go to the bench, and it will bring in Rico Clay Jr. So Jr. is going to have to give his Blue Devil squad some big minutes right here as Keyshawn Thomas just went to the bench with his third foul. Minor goes into the backcourt with it. Dom Clay was right there with him, but Miner got it. Nice behind the back dribble. Miner still has it. He goes to the bucket. His shot is no good, and then there's going to be a foul on the rebound as Wyatt Norton goes over the back of Clay Jr.
For Norton, it'll be his first, third of the quarter against Bishop O'Connell. Quincy will get the basketball out of bounds here with 4:37 in the third and the length of the floor to go.
I just want to follow up. Coach's father, Morgan Wooten, was DeMatha's head coach, DeMatha Catholic High School. 1,274 wins against 192 losses.
Whew, that sounds like a lot. What was he doing in those losses?
What happened there? Wow, that is legendary status.
LOL. Longcore with it. He still has it. He puts it on the floor. Now he kicks it right wing. Clay shot fake. Step back three. Up and in and out. No good. Calker with the rebound. He gets it into the front court. Bivens is going to track it down. Bivens still has it. He's being guarded by Luthen. Probably not the man you want guarding Bivens right there. Now Wire switches off on him. Bivens still has it. Attacks the bucket and good. Bivens has got, I believe, 13.
Quincy didn't do a great job of changing the defensive assignment there and left him that lane open straight to the basket.
Not good communication right there. You don't see that often with this Blue Devil squad, but that's what this Knights team can do. As Longcore can't get the three to go, Clay Jr. was there for the offensive rebound. His putback was no good. Luthen's putback was no good, and then Norton tracks down the rebound. Bivens is going to pull up for the three. He was feeling it there. Couldn't get it to go. Luthen loses out on the rebound to Calker, and then Clay Jr. will come in from behind to block the shot. So bad hustle right there from the Blue Devils. Almost cost him, but Clay Jr. was there to block the shot out of bounds. It will remain Knights basketball. 3:20 to play here in the contest as you see that block shot on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay.
Good job by the guys in the truck tonight. As it's going to get knocked out of bounds by Rico Clay.
They're going to say that the inbounder stepped across the baseline. Brian Sorrell hit a slick spot and had quite the performance there to pick up the call. The Knights are going to pick up full court. Wire still has it. He tries to split the double team. He almost does, but then he loses it. Turnover against the Blue Devils, and Wires needed to give it up right there. And now it's a 7-point lead for Bishop O'Connell.
Shane Lincoln in double figures now with 11. The turnover against the Blue Devils, their 7th.
Longcore picks it up, and Andy Douglas is going to take his first time out of the contest. We'll take it to 38-31. Bishop O'Connell leading Quincy. It's an Adams Network timeout.
Don't let injuries put you on the sideline. Quincy Medical Group's free sports injury clinic is your path to swift recovery. Our expert orthopedics and sports medicine team specializes in treating sports-related injuries with free evaluations from 7 to 9 a.m. every Monday through Friday. We also offer free sports concussion screenings weekdays in Quincy. No appointments are necessary. Get your game back on with QMG's free sports injury clinic. Visit quincy.medgroup.com/sports injury.
My name's Matt Keplinger. A lot of people call me Kepi. I've been a trainer now for 17 years. When we get the new hires come through the door, I try to treat them like family. This individual right here sent me this today. There's not too many men I admire I can't do it. There's not too many men I admire or that has made an impact in my life, but you've made that list. This is one of the reasons that I love my job, getting messages like this. When my life needed purpose, I chose Dot.
Clay will inbound for the Blue Devils as Andy Douglas took the timeout, and almost a pass thrown away. And the Blue Devils right now just out of sorts. A couple of players wore a pass off the beak, but they still tracked it down. Longcore will dish it off to Clay Jr. He misses the backboard on a layup. And nice set there for the Blue Devils. They couldn't capitalize. Bivens will bring it into the front court, and he'll dish it off. That is to Miner. To Norton, back to Miner, left wing with it. That is Calker. Out top, Lincoln. And he'll go down low. That's to Norton. Norton spins right. His shot is up and good. He's got his first two, and it's a 9-point Bishop O'Connell lead.
Bishop O'Connell still shooting 50%, 17 of 34 from the field right now. Blue Devils 12 of 33.
And really when this tide started to turn for the Knights was when Lincoln came back off the bench with those 2 fouls late in the first half. His team's been going ever since as Longcore is guarded closely by Lincoln. Nice up and under right there by Clay Jr. He's got his first 2. And the Blue Devils hope that stops the bleeding right now as they trail 40-33.
Nice decision there by Longcore, an opportunity where he maybe could have forced it. Instead, he looked for the open man and got him.
Lincoln gets it out top. That is to Kalker. He's being guarded by Luthen. Trying to deny Bivens the basketball. They couldn't do it as he's a tough man to guard. Long three-pointer from Kalker is up and good. And right now, this Blue Devil crowd is as quiet as we have heard for quite some time. Longcore down low, another nice find. That is to Clay. That's Dom Clay. He's got 10. And if you could see the hand signals Brian Shoemaker is trying to give us for stats as he's sitting down below. Bivens thought about the step back three, couldn't get it. I can read about 50% of the time, which is probably better than my average. Down low, Walton spins. Nice shot for him. Well, no, that was Norton. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound came down to Clay. He dishes it off to Longcore. Longcore still has it. Middle, ball knocked away. Now left wing, right wing, Clay puts it on the floor. He'll pull up for 2. Shot is up and no good. Rebound, fought for it, comes down into the hands of Kalker. And Lincoln with the basketball. He's going to attack the bucket. Shot for him is up and no good. Knights could have held for 1 shot right there. They didn't. And now the Blue Devils will have the basketball. And they'll cross the time stripe with 12. It will be Wires with it. And he looks to use the screen. Picks it up, now goes left wing. Luthen, 3 shot is up and it leaves short. And after 3 quarters of play, Bishop O'Connell leads Quincy 43-35. Back with 4th quarter play-by-play in a minute.
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
At Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, Illinois, we have Mavericks, we have Rangers, we have F-150s, 250s, and 350s. If you need help with that perfect look after your purchase, I'm Corey Greinke and I know trucks. Come see me at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, Illinois.
Bishop O'Connell shooting 18 of 37 after 3 quarters of play, 48%, 4 of 11 from behind the arc for 36%, 3 of 5 from the charity stripe for 60% on the opposite side. The Blue Devils, 14 of 37 for 37%, 4 of 13 from behind the arc for 30%. That includes 0 for 4 in the 3rd quarter and 75% from the charity stripe, just 3 for 4. Damon, not a lot of free throws in this contest as these teams have really moved the ball pretty well and not really taking it to the hole that much. We'll see who can become more aggressive here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and we'll see for the Blue Devils, Keyshawn Thomas will come back to start the 4th quarter. He picked up his 3rd foul there with about 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. For Bishop O'Connell, Liam Kelsch is back out on the floor. He's got 3 fouls as well. The Knights are going to start the 4th quarter in a 2-3 zone as Whitfield will dish it down low. Thomas' shot is up, no good. Kelsch with the rebound, and he'll get it out to Bivens.
Kelsch's 4th rebound of the contest to go along with 6 points.
Bivens has it, gets away with steps. Offensive rebound almost right there for Edwards. Instead, Longcore will track it down as the ball was swiped away from Edwards. Longcore into the front court with it. He spins middle. Now he looks to get it to somebody. That's Clay. Thought about the 3, doesn't take it. He'll go to the rim instead. Rebound tipped around, and Whitfield couldn't get it to go. And then they're going to say Dom Clay had not reestablished himself in bounds before he touched the basketball. And every shot right here that the Blue Devils are taking is being contested, and the Knights are really making them work for everything that they do.
Well, it's the same type of effort they had last night as they had to come from behind to get that double OT win, and Lincoln has really started to assert himself as one of the better players in this game tonight.
Long three right there from Minor off the mark. Longcore with the rebound. He'll bring it into the front court, being guarded by Edwards. And Longcore spins away from the defense, gets it to Wires. Wires puts it on the floor. Right wing, that's Thomas. His three is up and no good. And the rebound is going to be off of Bivens, so it will be Blue Devil basketball. Thomas had a good look right there, just couldn't get it to fall. Cameron Wires will inbound for the Blue Devils. 6:45 to play, a fresh shot clock for the Devils here. And Bradley Longcore gets it out near the top of the key. Step back three, his shot is up and good. Longcore with another three. He's got 14, and it's down to a 5-point game, 43-38.
Blue Devils shooting 33% from behind the arc, now 5 of 15 on the contest as Bishop O'Connell looks to answer here.
Lincoln gets it top of the key. That's to Kelsch, left wing with it. Now that's Minor. Minor's going to go down low to Lincoln. Nice spin move. He's going to be blocked by Keyshawn Thomas. Thomas comes down with the rebound, and into the front court come the Blue Devils, looking to get this back to a one-possession game. Wires has it. He's being closely guarded by Bivens. Tried to get it to Longcore. Lincoln denied the pass right there, and now Bivens, or that'll be Clay, get it down low. Nice shot fake by Wires. Wires has got another 2, and he's got 9. And the crowd was looking for a way to get back into it. They are right now. It's 43-40, 5:30 to play. And Minor comes across, nice catch right there. And the Blue Devil fans making some noise here as Bivens has the basketball. He's going to use the screen from Kelsch, picks it up in a double team. Kelsch has it down low, being guarded by Longcore, gets it out to Lincoln. Oh, and Edwards had an open pass to the bucket, but he forgot to put the ball on the floor. It's a turnover against the Knights. That's their 7th. And head coach Joe Wooten wants to take a minute to talk things over. 43-40, Bishop O'Connell leading Quincy. Quincy High on a run. We're back in a minute.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
Meet water's bubblier and more energetic best friend, Bubbler. Say cheese. With antioxidants, natural caffeine, and 0 grams of sugar, Bubbler has benefits in each bubble.
Joe Wooten takes a timeout as the Blue Devils of Quincy High have trimmed what was an 8-point lead down to a 3-point lead for Bishop O'Connell, and it will be Blue Devil basketball coming out of this timeout. It's 43-40, and the fans are back into it right now as they've gone quiet as Bishop had gone up to, was it a 10-point lead, Brian?
Yeah, they were up by as many as 10, and Quincy High's just turned up the Jets here a little bit. Bishop O'Connell has missed a few shots in succession. And, of course, a big block by Keyshawn Thomas got the crowd fired up here as well. Quincy High inbounds, length of the floor to go against Knights full court pressure.
Gets it into Longcore. He'll skip it cross court. That's Wires. He'll take one pass and back to Longcore. Longcore gets it across the time stripe. Wasn't in a good position, but he found Clay. Clay tried to throw it behind his back down low. Pass is stolen, and Lincoln has the steal.
9th turnover for the contest here against the Blue Devils as Darius Bivens directs traffic.
Bivens goes the right wing with it. That's Minor. Minor being guarded by Wires. And Wires is going to be whistled for the foul. That'll be the second against Wires.
Second against Wires, first of the quarter here against QHS as Calker will check back in after he makes his way up to the scorer's table for Bishop O'Connell. Minor will get a breather.
Shane Lincoln will inbound for the Knights. He'll get it into the backcourt to Bivens, and he'll cross the time stripe. Knights have the basketball, leading by 3. 4:30 to play here in the fourth quarter. Game 8 of 9, 2025 Quincy Shootout. And this one has been a dandy as Darius Bivens, the future Division I product, being guarded by the Division I signee Bradley Longcore. Left wing with it, Lincoln. He'll put the basketball on the floor. He'll go middle. His shot is up. Can't get it to go. And nice rebound right there by Milton Whitfield. Into the front court, Wires. He'll pull up for 2. It's up and good. It's a one-point game, 43-42. Wires has 11. And the Blue Devils are back in this one. We'll see if Bivens tries to answer for his squad. Lincoln has it right wing. He's being guarded by Clay. Out top with it is Edwards. He's going to use the screen from Kelsch. Back to Edwards. Left wing three-pointer. Kalker is up and no good. Thomas had the rebound. Might have been fouled. No call. And now Edwards is going to go to the line to shoot 2. And right now Wires is on the floor.
Keyshawn Thomas is going to pick up the foul. That's going to be his 4th, team 2nd of the quarter, and a dangerous foul to pick up now if you are the Blue Devils, as we've got a player on the floor here.
And that's Wires.
Keyshawn Thomas, they need him on the floor here.
Thomas is frustrated because he thought he got hacked on the rebound right there. And that was a big momentum swing right there as Kalker had missed the 3. Thomas thought he had it. Would have given the Blue Devils a chance to go down on the other end and retake the lead. But right now Lincoln is at the line, and he makes this a 2-point game.
Lincoln's got a dozen. He is 2 of 2 from the free throw line so far this contest. Had his first try on that and 1 in the first half. The bright highlighter yellow shoes of Shane Lincoln, easy to spot here among all the Blue Devil blue tonight. Lincoln eyes up the second one. The crowd is getting rowdy here at Blue Devil Gym. The second one up and no good for Shane Lincoln. Give him 13.
Now Lincoln, the 6'5 senior, has been impressive in this one. Whitfield's pass not very good, stolen away by Edwards. And the Blue Devils had trimmed it to 1. An offensive rebound, 2 free throws, and then a turnover. And right now, a chance for the Knights to add to their lead. But Clay comes away with the steal, and then he'll be fouled by Bivens. So nice job on defense right there as Dom Clay got the steal.
Bivens will pick up the foul. It's his 2nd, team 1st. Bishop O'Connell, 8 turnovers on the contest. Blue Devils, now into double figures with 10, but they've got the basketball looking to trim back into this 3-point deficit.
Wires is going to cross the time stripe, being guarded by Bivens. Blue Devils trailing by 3. 3:05 to play here in the contest. Whitfield with it. He'll throw down low to Thomas. He's going to spin baseline. He's going to go up for the shot. It's going to be swatted away, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2 as Liam Kelsch will be whistled for his 4th. So Thomas and Kelsch both now with 4.
This battle of the big guys has been pretty fun to watch here tonight, and pretty even odds here for both sides as Keyshawn Thomas is going to go to the line for his 3rd and 4th free throws. 1 of 2 so far from the charity stripe. 5 points on the night for Keyshawn Thomas. He eyes up the first, rattles around the rim and goes down as Wyatt Norton will check back in for Bishop O'Connell.
Bishop O'Connell is going to go with the big lineup as they'll see Edwards go to the bench. Norton checks in. Norton is the 6'6 senior, so he'll be out on the floor along with the 6'10 Liam Kelsch.
The crowd goes silent here. Very opposite stance to the last free throws on the opposite side for Bishop O'Connell. Free throw is off and no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Wyatt Norton, his 1st of the game.
Norton's going to hand it off to Bivens, and Bivens will bring it into the front court. Now being guarded by Longcore. Longcore says, I want this man late in the ball game. And Bivens puts it on the floor. Longcore stops his drive. He'll get it off to Kelsch. He'll find Lincoln. Thomas has to be smart. He's got 4 fouls. He's guarding Lincoln. Lincoln's going to go baseline, and it's going to be, oh, that should have been a foul on Lincoln. But it will be possession to Bishop O'Connell as Clay was there to knock it away, and then it looked like Lincoln kind of threw him to the floor.
You're seeing some big minutes defensively out of Dom Clay here, though.
7 seconds on the shot clock here remaining as, oh wait, they should not reset.
No, there's never a change of possession.
Young kids doing great work here with the brooms tonight. Thanks to the guys in the truck as well for doing all their great production here this evening.
So they're getting cold out there.
Lincoln will inbound. He gets it up top. That's to Kelsch. He'll dish it off to Bivens. Bivens is going to use the screen. Longcore gets back to it. Bivens' shot is up, no good. And Thomas comes down with the rebound. And the Blue Devils have a chance to tie or take the lead, 45-43. Quincy High with the basketball in the hands of Bradley Longcore. He'll go left wing with it. That's Thomas. Thomas goes Longcore wide open. 3 shot is up and no good. Lincoln gets the rebound. He's quickly into the front court. And we're going to have a blocking foul on Longcore. And they're going to say that was on the shot. You do not see Longcore miss the 3 like that too often. The crowd was ready to explode.
Well, Lincoln will step to the free throw line. It's his first team third for Quincy. Lincoln heads back to the free throw line here tonight.
Dom Clay goes ahead and grabs the mop, says, I got this.
Lincoln is 3 of 5 here this evening from the charity stripe, as he's got 13 points to help lead his team along with 5 rebounds. All the talk in the pregame program goes to Darius Bivens, but this has been a heck of a weekend here for Shane Lincoln.
Really impressive performance here, and he adds to his point total. And when the Knights have needed a play in this one, it's been Lincoln that's done it.
Very versatile player inside and out. Not afraid to battle in the boards here as we get ready for the second try. Up out of the right hand and down. He's got 14. Shooting 5 of 7 here tonight from the free throw line with 15.
Made his last 4. And it's back to a 2-possession game, 47-43. Bishop O'Connell leading Quincy. Keyshawn Thomas with the basketball. He'll get it to Wires. Wires goes baseline with it. Up and under. Can't get it to go. And right now, Thomas is struggling down below to regain his footing. Very slick down there. Bishop O'Connell has the 4-point lead and the basketball. And this is a critical possession right here for the Knights on offense and for the Blue Devils on defense. Shane Lincoln gets the basketball. He's being guarded by Thomas. Picks up the dribble. Now got away with a step. Another 2 for Lincoln. It's a 6-point lead for the Knights, and the Blue Devils need a bucket right now. They have it in the hands of Longcore. Longcore kicks it out top. 3-pointer for Whitfield. It's off the mark. No good, and the Blue Devils are going to have to foul here, as it's a 6-point lead for the Knights. And Kalker gets the basketball. Now he throws it down low. That's Kelsch. His shot is up and no good. Rebound tip in is good. And that's Wyatt Norton with the follow-up. And right now Longcore comes into the front court. His 3-pointer is going to leave the mark. And he's saying there was contact. The trail official was nowhere near where he needed to be right there to see that.
Well, I think he was saying that Andy Douglas is trying to call a timeout. And Longcore is saying he missed it that badly because he thought timeout was going to be called.
That's what's happening here, is Andy Douglas emphatic down with the official down the near sideline. 39.4 left to go here. Bishop O'Connell up 51-43. They've got the ball as well.
And the inbounds pass stolen away by Whitfield, and then he'll be fouled by Lincoln.
9th turnover against the Knights for Lincoln. It'll be his 3rd, team 3rd of the quarter against Bishop O'Connell. And we're going to get a timeout from Andy Douglas. We'll take it too. It's a full timeout. Don't go anywhere. We've got the finish coming up your way here in 1 minute.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Hey! You like Dr. Pepper, strawberries and cream? It's a pepper thing.
Welcome back here. 36.7 seconds to play. Bishop O'Connell just had the turnover, so the Blue Devils will have the basketball, but they're down by 8.
Blue Devils will have 3 timeouts after Andy Douglas just took that timeout. Blue Devils don't have much time. They trail 51-43, 36.7 seconds to play. And 3 fouls against the Blue Devils. Inbounds pass comes to Longcore. He's going to bring it into the front court and gets it to Wires. Blue Devils need to get going here. Wires has the basketball. He's going to get it to Longcore. He'll pull for 3. Shot is up and good. Blue Devils will take a timeout. It's a 5-point game, 23.5 seconds to play. We'll keep it here as it's a 30-second timeout. Just 3 fouls here for Quincy, so they're going to have to foul twice quickly in order to send the Knights to the line. As you see, Longcore's 3 over the student section there on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay.
Longcore now with 17, and Damon, you've got to hope if you're Quincy High you can find a way to maybe get this steal, but if not, you've got to get that foul real quick to get that clock stopped.
Yeah, and I think you'll see Keyshawn Thomas probably come out as he's the only Quincy Blue Devil in foul trouble. He's got 4 fouls. And coming out of the timeout, Blue Devils will have 2 timeouts remaining. Bishop O'Connell with 4 timeouts. And we will see Whitfield will be up over the basketball. Lincoln will be the inbounder. And the Knights trying to find a way to get the ball inbounds. They do to Bivens, and Bivens finds Lincoln, who's then going to be fouled by Clay. And they'll have to do it all over again as just the 4th foul against the Blue Devils.
It'll be the 2nd against Clay with 20.5 left to go here. Bishop O'Connell has been impressive here tonight. There
Lincoln
is no
will be
doubt
the
about
inbounder.
it.
He gets it in quickly to Bivens, and then Bivens is going to be fouled in the backcourt. That's against Longcore. So to the other end will go Darius Bivens to shoot 2.
Longcore with his 2nd personal, 5th of the quarter. Just the 10th and 11th free throws of the contest here for Bishop O'Connell. Guys, listen to this. Quincy High has only been to the line for 6 tries tonight.
And 4 of those have been Keyshawn Thomas.
Bivens has 13 in the contest. These are his 3rd and 4th attempts. Free throw up and no good.
Thomas in. Clay Jr. takes a seat. If Bivens misses this one, the Blue Devils need to get the board and push into the front court quickly, as we'll see Kelsch will check back in.
They'll get Kelsch in for a little bit of extra length down here on the defensive side as he makes his way to the opposite floor, and Lincoln comes in. 2nd free throw up, rolls around the rim and good.
Longcore will inbound to Wires. Wires brings it quickly into the front court. Pass knocked away from behind, but finds Whitfield. His 3 is up and no good. Rebound's going to be controlled. That's by Kalker, and that will effectively seal the game as Clay will be whistled for the foul, and Aiden Kalker will walk to the other end. And the Blue Devils are 9.4 seconds away from falling to 19-2 on the season. Nothing to hang your head about, as the 2 losses have been to a perennial powerhouse in Vashon and a nationally ranked Bishop O'Connell squad that came in here, and the Blue Devils threw the first punch and the Knights responded. And thanks to a strong performance from Shane Lincoln, they are about to pick up the victory here at Blue Devil Gym.
18 points to go along with 6 rebounds here tonight for Shane Lincoln. He has been an impressive player if you got to see him last night. If not, rewatch the replay.
Whitfield with the rebound. He'll throw it into the front court. That's Clay. He's going to pull up from the 3 at the logo. It's going to be no good. Lincoln's going to get another rebound, and that will do it. Final in the contest, Bishop O'Connell 53, Quincy High 46. Blue Devils fall to 19-2 on the season, and that takes us to the Logan Agri-Service post-game show. We're back to wrap this one up after these.
Final of this contest, a 53-46 win for the Bishop O'Connell Knights of the Quincy High School Blue Devils. The Blue Devils fall in defeat for just the second time this season. Fun contest, but Bishop O'Connell flexing their muscles down the stretch to secure the victory.
Bishop O'Connell made just enough plays when they needed to and rode the back of Shane Lincoln, and Brian will tell you about their performance.
Bishop O'Connell shoots 20 of 49 from the floor for 40%, 4 of 14 behind the arc for 28, and 9 of 13 from the charity stripe for 69%. Darius Bivens with 14 points on the night, 8 in the first, 6 in the second half. Mikkel Miner just 3 points on the night, a very unusual performance from him. 4 points for Wyatt Norton, 4 for Aiden Calker, 4 for Justin Edwards. Liam Kelch chips in 6 to go along with 4 rebounds. Shane Lincoln, the leading scorer tonight for Bishop O'Connell, and the ball game 18 points to go along with 7 rebounds, in the contest. Bishop O'Connell had just 9 turnovers here in the ball game. On the opposite side for Andy Douglas's Blue Devils, they shoot 18 of 50, 18 of 50 for 30%, 6 of 20 behind the arc for 30, and 4 of 6 from behind the free throw line for 66%. Scoring tonight, Cameron Wires finishes up with 11, 5 in the first, 6 in the second half. Bradley Longcore has 17 in the contest. Dom Clay chips in 10. Rico Clay Jr. chips in 2, and Keyshawn Thomas finishes with 6 points to go along with 7 rebounds.
A fun one here. One more game left on this evening slate of the 2025 Quincy Shootout. It's Brewster Academy taking on Chaminade. We'll have the action for you next on Central